Hello, Pokemon trainers! Welcome back to another Pokemon Legends Arceus video on iStarly TV. Is it Arceus or Arceus? Either way. So this is my first Legends Arceus video that I've done since the game came out where I'm actually talking. I've been doing a lot of shorts and I've been enjoying this game so much. It's so much fun. Today I wanted to do a video that shows how to do the mass outbreaks in Pokemon Legends Arceus, as well as a shiny hunting guide, because this is the best method for shiny hunting Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and you can actually get a lot of easy shinies this way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. These are all the shiny Pokemon I've caught so far, just doing this Mass Outbreak method. So look at them. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. I actually just got this Piplup today, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do for this method is to trigger an outbreak. Now, if you're looking for a specific Pokemon in an outbreak, you can do this method. It'll take a while though, because you're looking for a specific Pokemon, so you'll probably get plenty of other outbreaks for other Pokemon. But if you're just in general trying to shiny hunt mass outbreaks in general and you don't really care what Pokemon it is, then this is a way to help force mass outbreaks to spawn. And so all you need to do, and by the way, mass outbreaks become available fairly early in the game, but I've heard mixed things as to when people are capable of finding them. I've heard people say that they've gotten them as early as 2 stars for their star rating, which is pretty early on. So like I said, if you're in the first area and you've kind of progressed through the game a little bit, you should see these. Now, the way that you trigger mass outbreaks is you always want to, when you're at a base camp, to return to Jubilife by talking to Professor Laventon, and then you want to leave out of this gate, which is, I mean, this is the only way out of Jubilife anyways, but so you're going to talk to this guy here, Res. So you're going to talk to Res. He's at the front gate. He will say when there's an outbreak. So he'll say, I'm hearing reports of one of those mass outbreaks, which he just said here. Now, if there is not a mass outbreak, so for the sake of this video and showing you what to do, I'm going to pretend there is not a mass outbreak, even though there is, as you saw. So the way that you do it to force an outbreak is you talk to him. If he doesn't say anything about a mass outbreak, but you want one to spawn, all you need to do is just travel to any area at all. So you could just go to Obsidian Fieldlands, whichever camp. It doesn't really matter. You just go to any area. And then once you spawn there, you're going to talk to Professor Laventon and just go right back to Jubilife. But again, you have to talk to Professor Laventon. You say return to village and he'll take you back to Jubilife. If you leave, because I think there's an entrance to Jubilife from each camp, or from each main camp. If you go there, this won't work. So you need to talk to Professor Laventon to come back to Jubilife. Once you're back in Jubilife, you talk to him again, and then he'll say, basically, as you saw, last time it showed Drapion, now it shows Toxicroak. So basically what he does, each time you leave through here, it kind of re-rolls the mass outbreaks. And again, if there's no mass outbreak once again, you do the same thing. You repeat the process. You go to any area at all, any camp. Once you're there, you talk to Professor Laventon and come right back to Jubilife. And then you leave through the gate once again. And then if he says there's no outbreak, you repeat this process. If he says there is an outbreak, that's when the shiny hunting can begin. And we'll get to the next part in the video. So you're going to travel to the area where the outbreak has occurred. So, you have all these different areas that you travel to throughout the story of the game. And when you check here, it'll show the picture of the Pokemon if there is an outbreak. So we have a Drapion one, and we're going to head over there. All right, so now we're in the Cobalt Coastlands, which is where the Drapion outbreak is. It looks like it's just along the coast here. And so once you spawn in the camp, that is when you're going to want to save the game. So you save the game now, and what this means is if you go to the outbreak and you find a shiny, it just gives you that safety. So if you accidentally knock out the shiny, or if you kill the shiny, or just scare it away or something like that, it means that you can reset the game and the outbreak will still be there, and the same exact Pokemon will spawn, which means the shiny will spawn. And you can catch it that time. So basically my point here is once you're in the area, once you travel to the camp of the area where the outbreak is, the spawns are locked. So all of the Drapions that spawn in this outbreak are always going to be the same. So if I save here and then I go to the outbreak and there's no shiny Drapion, if I reset the game and spawn back here and then go straight to the outbreak, it's going to be the same exact Drapions as before, which means that they're not going to be shiny. So what you do after that, and I'll show this in a little bit once I'm done with the outbreak, is if there's no shiny Drapion, what you do is you reset your game, and that'll put you back out here. And then what you do is you talk to him, the professor, and you ask him to return to village. Then you return to village, and you go back out the gate, and if the Drapion outbreak is there, you go to it again and then save it again. Basically, you repeat that process until you eventually get a shiny. But I'll show it in more detail in a little bit. Right now, we are going to try to do this Drapion outbreak. All right, so I found the outbreak here. So I'm trying to avoid all these wild Pokemon. There's a lot of really aggressive wild Pokemon here. So yeah, this thing is following me. I'm trying to get away from it, but the Drapion outbreak is right there. I'm just going to go in the water here to get away from this because this is pretty annoying. I'm not going to go to the outbreak just yet. So it's important that you save at the camp. Wow, are you serious? This thing's following me too. It's important that you save at the camp. If you save after the words, so when I approach this outbreak, it'll say something like, you found the mass outbreak that was reported, or something like that. At that point, if I save the game after those words appear, basically, if I reset the game, the outbreak is going to be gone. So that's why you need to save the game when you get to the camp, and basically before you start the outbreak. So I'm going to start engaging with these Drapions soon. I'm just trying to get away from all these wild Pokemon that are trying to kill me. Okay, so I might fast forward this part. These Drapions, I imagine these Drapions are going to be pretty aggressive. When you do more aggressive outbreaks, it can be really difficult to kind of catch them all. So I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to, probably do some smoke bombs and stuff so that they don't really see me and stuff, and just throw Ultra Balls left and right. I don't really have that many Ultra Balls. Oops. And then, I might fast forward parts of it if things get a little too hectic, but if there's a shiny, I will definitely show it. So I'm going in. Wish me luck. This is definitely going to be a lot more difficult than a Piplup outbreak. All right, I'm throwing a smoke ball so they don't see me. And there it says, you found the mass outbreak that was reported. By the way, when a shiny spawns, there's a little, you hear a little sound. Okay. And again, usually there will be about anywhere from about 10 to 15. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is really annoying. I'm just going to fast forward, and like I said, if there's a shiny. So basically at this point, you just try to catch all of them. Actually, something else I do is if all the Pokemon start getting aggressive, I run away on Weirdeer. And it basically, they'll kind of forget about you, and then you can kind of slowly return to the area. All right, so we didn't get a shiny in that bunch. That was a real nightmare. But either way, yeah, we did not find a shiny Drapion. And so, if you do not find a shiny in the outbreak, all you need to do is close out of your game. Again, assuming you want a shiny. So, like I said, you save at the base camp before you get to the outbreak. You get to the outbreak, and you catch all the Pokemon there. If none of them are shiny, you reset your game and load it up again. Once you've loaded back into your game, like I said, you don't go back to the outbreak. If you do, it's going to be the same exact set of Pokemon that you battled last time. And if there was no shiny last time, that means there's also going to be no shiny this time, because it's the same exact it's the same exact Pokemon that are spawning. So what you do then, in order to get a new outbreak of this Pokemon, is you talk to Professor Laventon again, and you go return to village. And that'll take you back to Jubilife. Now, once you're back in Jubilife, you just go out the gate again. And he says, I'm hearing reports of the mass outbreak. And you see we have Drapion again. If you go there, it'll be a new set of Drapions that spawn. So it'll be completely different from the Drapions we just battled. And there's a chance that we might find a shiny. If there is no shiny this time, basically you repeat the same steps. You keep repeating these steps until there is a shiny of the Pokemon you want. Now, if you talk to him again, because sometimes it's different. If you talk to him again, and the spawn that you're hunting, the Pokemon that you're hunting is not in the outbreaks anymore. So for example, if I talk to him again and there wasn't a Drapion spawn anymore, you just need to reset your game again and then talk to the professor and come back to Jubilife again. Just keep repeating those steps until you get the spawn, because sometimes that does happen. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to try it again. I probably will cut through this one because these Drapions are really annoying to fight. Because they're just so aggressive. But anyways, I come back here. Like I said, all the Drapions that spawn in this mass outbreak are going to be different than the ones I just battled. And so again, there's a chance again that one of them will be shiny. And I've even heard of people encountering like 2 shinies in an outbreak. So let's save our game again. And then you go to the outbreak, catch them all. If none of them are shiny, again, you reset your game, talk to Professor Laventon, and then go back to Jubilife, and then go back out the gate again and repeat this process over and over until you eventually find a shiny. So that's really it. That's the method. I know, this can be very time consuming. And, if you're someone like me, I did so many Piplup outbreaks. I repeated this process so many times for this Piplup, and I finally got it today. So that hard work pays off. Again, every Pokemon that spawns in these outbreaks has a 1 in 158 chance of being shiny, which is really low compared to previous games. That is just the Pokemon spawning in general. I'll put the shiny odds here because if you complete a Pokemon's Pokedex entry, it actually has further increased chances of being shiny. And then if you perfect or if you complete a perfect Pokedex entry for a Pokemon that you're hunting in an outbreak, there's an even further chance of it being shiny. And of course, if you have the shiny charm, that adds to it. So I'll post like a graphic here that is from one of my favorite podcasters and YouTubers. It's Super Effective Pokemon Cast. And he made a graphic that really shows the shiny odds that I think is really easy to understand. But if you just are hunting any random Pokemon, the base rate in the outbreaks is 1 in 158, which again is super, super low. So thank you very much for watching. As I'm signing off this video, I'm gonna jump right into the den of Drapions and do my best here. But just to reiterate, just to make it clear, when you're doing a mass outbreak and you're hunting for a specific Pokemon, when you want to spawn an outbreak in general, all you need to do is talk to the guy at the Jubilife gate. His name is Ress. If he does not say there's an outbreak, you just go to any location, talk to Professor Laventon once you spawn in that location, go back to Jubilife, leave the gate again. If Ress says there are no outbreaks, you go to any location, go back to Jubilife. You keep going back and forth, but when you go back to Jubilife, you have to talk to Professor Laventon because that's what kind of spawned these outbreaks. You keep repeating that process until you eventually get an outbreak. When you get an outbreak, you go to it. Once you get to the camp, you save the game, and then you go to the outbreak. If one of the Pokemon's shiny, perfect, catch it. If you fail the catch, you reset your game and you can go back to the outbreak and hopefully catch it this time. If you go to the outbreak and none of the Pokemon are shiny, you reset your game and then you talk to Professor Laventon, go back to Jubilife, and then leave through the gate again. And then if you see the outbreak of the Pokemon that you're hunting, you go there and repeat this process over and over until you eventually get a shiny. Like I said, I've had a lot of good luck with this method, and I know a lot of people online have as well. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Please leave a like and comment below which Pokemon you want to get in a shiny in Pokemon Legends Arceus, or which Pokemon have you gotten as a shiny so far. Thank you very much for watching. I am just really loving this game. This is really one of the most fun Pokemon games ever. And I'm going to keep posting content here. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon.